Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Kat, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what to do with your bags if you're going to be doing a split stay at Walt Disney World. But before we get into that, let's talk really briefly about what exactly a split stay is. Don't worry, this will not take that long. When people talk about doing split stays on their Disney vacation, what they mean is that they're going to stay at 2 or more Walt Disney World Resort hotels during their one trip. In other words, they're going to check in at one hotel, maybe stay there for a few days, pack their bags, and then move to another hotel where they'll stay for a few more days, and so on. Most of the time, people only do one split during their stay, but there's always that crazy person who stays at 3, 4, maybe even 5 hotels during one Walt Disney World vacation. Now, as you might imagine, transferring from one hotel to another leaves a question about how to get the bags from that first hotel to your next hotel. And that's what I want to talk about today. What do you do with your luggage? Now, if you're renting a car, you can always just put your luggage in your car and move to the next place. But you've probably already figured that one out. The bigger question is what to do if you're relying on Disney transportation. How do you get your bags from one place to the next? And the answer is really simple. You have Disney transfer your bags for you. Disney knows that people want to stay at different resorts, and they know that sometimes they have to split a stay. Sometimes you have to stay at one place for a little while and then move to the next. Actually, that's what happened to me during my last trip. I didn't choose to stay at 5 different resorts. It's just that's where the rooms were available. And in cases like that, they don't want guests to have to lug their luggage around. So you can actually have your bags moved by request by just calling Bell Services. Having your bags moved by Bell Services is free. It doesn't cost you anything. However, you should be tipping the Bell Services cast member $1 to $2 per bag. So how do we go about doing this entire process? Well, it's really simple. First things first, you're going to want to pack your bags. And as easy as that sounds, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. For example, you want to make sure that you have everything you need and you'll need access to on your person. You're also going to want to make sure that you don't put any valuables in your bags or anything that's fragile. I'll share some of my thoughts on what you should do in the description box down below and, of course, on twofoolishmortals.com. Once your bags are packed and you're confident that you have everything that you're going to need throughout the day, you're going to want to contact Bell Services. You can do this by hitting the button on your in-room phone. Someone will pick up, hopefully in a timely manner, and they will ask you what it is you need. Just let them know that you want someone to come collect your bags so that they can be transferred to your next resort hotel. Sometimes they'll know what room you're in and they might ask the number of bags that you'll need to transfer at that time. Sometimes they'll ask for your room and the number of bags. So just be ready to give that information. They usually also let you know how long you'll need to wait for Bell Services to come to your room. Usually it's about 10 to 20 minutes. However, if they don't give you that information, I think you should ask, especially right now, considering that you need to be in the room for Bell Services to collect your bags. So you don't want to take off before Bell Services comes, and you don't want to leave the room not realizing that they're on their way. Once Bell Services arrives at your room, they'll knock on the door and then they'll start to take your bags. I recommend that you put all of the bags that you want them to take right by the door so that there's no confusion and it just makes the process go much smoother. Once all of your bags have been collected, the cast member is going to fill out a slip that looks a little bit like this. This slip has your name, it has your room number, which may or may not be filled out, so you don't have to worry too much about that. It'll also have the number of pieces of luggage you have and the location that it's going to be transferred to. At the bottom of this tag is a small slip or ticket that will be ripped off. It has the same information that's on the top, and that will be given to you so that you have a receipt. Once you get that slip or that receipt, that's when you're going to want to go ahead and give the cast member their tip because you are done. They'll wish you a good day, they'll head out, and then you are free to do that as well. Now, as a little bit of a tip, you don't have to wait until checkout time to have your bags collected. You can have them collected at any point. So if you're waiting all the way until checkout, you can do that, although it might take longer for bell services to get to you because everyone else is doing that as well. Or you can have the bags collected as soon as you're ready to have them collected. So maybe you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, you are ready to go by 9, the whole family is ready to head to the parks. You can have bell services collect your bag right then rather than waiting. So what's next? Well, you've gone out, you've had a great day, and now it's after 4, maybe after 5 o'clock, time for you to check into your next resort hotel. So you make your way over there. You're a little hot, you're a little sweaty, you're maybe disheveled and in need of a snack, but you are at your next resort hotel and you have made your way directly into your room. All you have to do is stumble your tired feet over to your in-room phone and push that bell services button again. When the cast member answers, let them know that you had your bags transferred from the resort you did. It's very helpful if you let them know the name of that resort. So say, hey, just had my bags transferred over from the Polynesian. Are they available? And that cast member will see if your bags are there and arrange to have someone bring them up to your room. Now, at the time of making this video, you need to actually be present in your room in order to receive your bags. This has not always been the case, but it is currently the policy at Walt Disney World. So make sure, once again, that you inquire about how long it will take the cast member to arrive at your room, and they'll probably let you know 10-15 minutes. And that lets you know that you can't leave, you need to stay put and wait for your bags to arrive. Again, when your bags arrive, it's the same process as before. They may or may not prop the door open for you, and then you just take your bags, you can give another tip and send that cast member on their way. And that's it. It's really as simple as that. It's how you transfer your bags from one resort hotel to the next if you're doing a split stay at Walt Disney World. Before we go, it is important to keep in mind that bags aren't transferred immediately from one resort to the other. It usually happens sometime in the afternoon. That said, if you are calling down to bell services, they might not have your bags available for you right away, especially if you're calling before that 4 or 5 o'clock time frame. It doesn't hurt to ask though. During my trip, there were a few times where I called and asked about my bags around the 1-2 o'clock time frame, and they were there ready for me. However, I do know that 4 or 5 o'clock is generally when you should expect your bags to be available. So it doesn't hurt to ask, but don't be disappointed if it's not there right when you arrive at your next resort hotel. Now, I am positive that there are a lot of other questions about split stays out there. Why would you do a split stay? What do I do with my valuables? I mean, the list goes on. I'd love if you'd share your questions down in the comments below so I know what's on your mind and I can get to them and answer those questions for you in upcoming videos. But for now, I am going to take off. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.